Me Uso every the way I got the victory! Welcome back to the Misawa Institute, where I'm coming at you live with a locals winning Gundam card game green-purple deck list. Let's do this! I made this deck with one motive in mind. Zeon and Tekkadan are my two favourite factions in the entire Gundam franchise, so of course I'd want a deck where I can play them together. But it turns out, these two factions have an insane amount of synergy. Because the Tekkadan cards, they're all about damaging your units to make them stronger. And the Zeon cards, they're all about swarming the field with tons of cheap units that you really won't mind damaging that much. Alright, let's see what cards we got here. Starting off with the level 1s. 2 CGS Mobile Workers. Underrated GOAT of the deck. It can basically do a support. And it can damage the cards that need damaging for their effects. In my old green-red deck list, which I'll link down below, I did swear by running a few turn 1 plays, like 1-2 Zaku 1s, 1-1 Dops, that kind of stuff. But I feel in this deck it's not that necessary, because those turn 1 plays only really worked because we had access to the support 2 Gaza D. This one here, it's a support 1, so we won't be able to crack the base using just stuff with 1 AP. But yeah, that's it for the level 1s. On to the level 2s, and there's a bunch of these. 4 copies of the Zaku 2 holding a gun. 4 copies of the Zaku 2 holding an axe. And 4 copies of the Grey's Custom. There is a theme here. 1 cost cards that flat out deal 2 damage or deal 3 damage thanks to their effects. Insane stuff when it comes to dominating the early game. This is a rush deck. And these are your tools to get the rush. You draw one of these boys, that's a good hand. You draw 2 of them, you have like a 90% chance of winning. You draw one of these flat 2s and a mobile worker, that is an EX base gone. You draw one of these Gunzakus, the exact same thing. These cards are insane. But there is one thing that is really bugging me about this deck so far, and it's that I don't think we have enough Zakus yet. So for our level 3s, we have 4 of Shah's Zaku 2 from the structure deck. And 4 of Shah's Zaku 2 from the booster pack. Lovely stuff here. You link this with Shah, and it becomes a beat stick capable of destroying a 5 HP base. The effects here are also pretty snazzy. Like if your opponent kills these, you either get a Searcher or one of these lovely Shah Zaku 2 tokens. Yup, even more Shah Zaku. You just can't get rid of this man. But these aren't the only level 3 plays we got. Mash, Gaia, and Ortega. 3 Rick Doms, baby! This card is low-key one of the most important in the deck because, like I said, it's a rush deck. Everything is going to be like, oh, I'm going to destroy the base. Or, oh, I'm going to destroy the shields. But your opponent, they're going to be building up their army. These guys, they got breach. So you use these to kill their army and still destroy their shields. No slowing down on the rush. Now for our level 4 plays. We have another link for Shah, the Gelgoog. Put Shah in this one and it gets even better. He can now start destroying 6 HP bases. Underground Desert Base, Mining Asteroid, never heard of them. Absolutely insane stuff right here. I know Shah has his own Gelgoog card, but 1, it's pricey, and 2, it's unnecessary because these guys do basically the same thing. That's a lot of Zeon units. Now for some more Tekkadan stuff. We got 4 copies of the Gundam Barbatos second form, including this lovely promo card over here. I know at first glance it looks kind of lame, even though it's got a 2 cost, like 2 AP only, really? But when it gets damaged, it gains attack points. And if you link it with Mikazuki, you will have a 6 AP powerhouse for the humble cost of 2 for the mech and 1 for the pilot. Absolutely insane stuff here if you play your cards right. And rounding things off, I mean, you saw me hold it up at the start of the video. 2 copies of the Gundam Barbatos 4th form. Would I run more if I had the chance? Yes. Have the Scalpers absolutely obliterated this structure deck? Also yes. But now that I think about it, and now that I've played with it, 2 is perfectly fine. You're going to want to draw your rush cards at the start, and this is only really if your opponent's playing one of those blocker decks or manages to hold out your rush. It's oh, you don't want me to rush you? Okay, fine, I'll suppress you. Because with the other guys destroying the base, and this guy coming in with the suppression, your opponents will be stuck between a rook and a hard place. And honestly, I hope they go for the hard place, because suppression is so satisfying to resolve. Just 2 shields gone. And we have tons of ways of getting this guy damaged to suppression triggers. You saw Mobile Worker back there. And you are about to see a bit more ways we can harm this mech over here to make him angry. That is it for the units. Now for the pilots. I mean, you probably all saw this coming. 4 of my goat Shah Aznable. No explanation needed. And 4 of Mikazuki August, who is an absolutely insane card. I mean, flat out 2 AP bonus. And when he's paired with anything, that's right, not linked, paired, he damages one of your units and damages an opponent. So, I was playing against somebody who also played, lots of these tokens with 1 health. Ping! Token dead. And more importantly, like I said, he damages your units. So I think we all know what's coming. That's it for the pilots. Now onto the commands. I know a fair few players think that commands are bad, but I'm here to tell you those players are lying. 2 copies of With Iron and Blood. The best command in the game. At first I just said this because it had Augur on the front cover, and he's my favourite character in Gundam after Shah. But seriously, now that I've played it, this card is phenomenal. It has so many uses. It can power up one of your little dudes to take down a base. And more importantly, if you're playing a white player and he tries to be all smart oh, I've got unforeseen incident. You can be I unforeseen incident, your unforeseen incident. +3 to the -3. That card now does nothing. And then if your opponent tries to attack one of your guys, and it's going to be, they win and your one dies, mutually assured destruction. There is just so many uses for With Iron and Blood, and I am so grateful to be able to play it. It's only at 2 though, because of course, we do mainly want units. And one more command, also at 2, the Fatal Strike. I talked about white players before, I'm going to talk about them again. Nice Zoward, nice Lefrith, Fatal Strike, Fatal Strike, Fatal Strike, Fatal Strike. It's just, it helps you dominate the early game and just let your rushers rush uninterrupted. What can I say? Lovely stuff. And also it does ping an enemy unit if it bursts, which is very appreciated. Now there's one thing remaining, and it's the obligatory 4 bases for every Gundam card game deck list. 2 Foul Mail, because like I said, we need more Zakus. You place this down, you get a Shah. You just can't get rid of Shah. And the final 2 cards of the deck, 2 Isaribi. It's a 1-cost 5 HP base, which is insanely solid. And also, it can get one of your already damaged units to become even stronger. So if you have this plus With Iron and Blood or a Mobile Worker or a Mikazuki, it's just damage to the moon. Just if you haven't destroyed their base already, you can now destroy their base with your base. And that is all for today's Gundam card game deck list. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you did. And do not forget to play Green Purple because it's the best Gundam deck of all time. See ya!